let's get these senior matches played. Just checking our injuries out. I think our team's looking okay. So let's get the matches played. So they're pretty good. 12-7-7. So we've got a few players out injured as well. And they're only pretty good. I'll still be going into a match like this thinking that we should be the favourites. But I think, you know, between them being pretty good and us having some players injured, it's certainly possible we could drop points here. So their DLC is definitely way weaker. Could just check their right back. 29.53. But their DL is pretty decent. So I think I'm just going to leave it as is. Because I'll be disrupting some of the balance of the tactic to try and move the striker across anyway. It's probably not worth it when the DL's so much better than the DR anyway. That's why Ishikawa is such a big upgrade. Just that extra bit of finishing just matters a lot for us. But so far, I'd say it's looking pretty good. Too good. I kind of feel like it's game over already between that goal and how much we're dominating it. It really does saying it does make making sort of these videos a bit difficult, to be honest, because if if the whole point is to show how to win, then a lot of winning is really just having a system that works, pretty much. That's balanced, that has the tactics and the players are all sort of fitting together, so to speak. I mean, the players are part of the tactics, so all you're really saying is like your whole setup, your whole system is just working. So a big part of the game is, you know, to just get that set up generally pretty well, so you generally do all right, and then it's just a case of more about sort of just, you know, changes as and when they need to be made. But by and large, if you've set it all up right, then there should be plenty of matches where you don't need to make changes or that many changes, especially if you're in a lower division where the competition isn't that strong. As you get into higher division, though, that'll just completely change, especially in the Masters. You know, Division 1, I think, probably, but certainly the Masters League, but in Division 1 probably as well. I think it'll be the case that realistically you're probably making some kind of tactical tweak like every single match. I imagine we would be when we're there, because I don't think there will be, well, maybe not literally every single match, but you know, certainly in most of the matches. I just don't think it'll be the case that, like, you know, at the moment it really is the case that the majority of the time that we will basically just easily win if we do nothing, like this game, for example. Now, we are typically waiting until the players sort of get tired before we sell them off. I think there's definitely an argument to be made, like, that they should just be happening now if you're playing optimally. And by now I mean they should already be subbed off, some of these key players. So one of them is obviously Mizachi. Like, he should just already be off at this point if you're playing if you're trying to be optimal here, because this match is just one. You know, these players are just risk being injured as long as they're on the pitch. They don't need to be on there. And it, particularly in the case when you can clearly identify players like Mizachi, for example, like, he's one of the best players. It's going to make a huge difference if he gets injured, and he's just going to have to be subbed off anyway, regardless of what happens, just because his condition's going to fall too low. So the fact that he's just got to come off regardless anyway, he might as well just come off. He should already be off, but he's coming off now if you want to try and do things properly. So And I think we'll take off Ben Yusuf as well. And I think the ideal last that we're making here is to totally mess up our defence. So, which is obviously, if we do that, it is a bit risky. We might concede. So, just got to get the timing right to sort of exactly. I mean, it probably is already true. It's probably pretty close, but we just kind of want it to just be, no matter what, we won't lose. And I think we're pretty close to that stage, even if we do mess up the defence. I think we are there. They just don't. Not technically, they technically do have time to score 3 goals, but I think so. And then there's a question about who should come on. Should it be Bevan? Should it be probably just be Martins? I guess. The reason why I say that is because Bevan, we want to develop him up, so yeah. I mean, Martins is a bit of a better defender, but he's just got no future at the club. So maybe we should have brought on Bevan, but it's done now. That was probably a mistake. We just thought it was thinking, a bit afraid of him getting injured. That's all, but it's probably just more important that he just plays and develops at this point. That's probably the priority for him in particular. But not to worry, it's a relatively minor mistake in the scheme of things. Right, this game. So pretty smooth sailing and no injuries. I think we might have had somebody come back from injury. I think we have, and I think we have somebody else coming back after the next match. Yeah, so Ishikawa is back, which is kind of a huge deal. Yeah. Yeah, alright, they're really good. And they're active. They play 26, so very good team that's active user. I think there's probably just need to get in the habit of just checking these. So the DLC is definitely weaker than the DRC. And the DL... So the DRC and the DR, they're definitely better. We've got a DMC who's actually pretty good. And they got a striker who's not fast but not slow. I think the thing that's worth noting is just their DLC and it's much weaker that side. We'll just change that and nothing else. Just get Mizachi on this other side where the defenders are just weaker, slower, a bit worse at tackling, etc. Just because he's so fast, so that difference in the fact that he's now against slow defenders, it should just create a lot more opportunity for him to just be able to get a very easy through ball onto him. Decent chance. Yeah, it's not going brilliantly. I'm just gonna make a tactical change. Probably. Yeah, okay. Just leave it then. Again, it's just one of those matches where I didn't feel like we would be guaranteed to score, but we're very solid defensively, so if we weren't winning, I was just going to look to try and make a change to do something to try to help us to score, but now the priority is just to not score. And it was, yeah, nearly happened, obviously. They did attack up this side. At the moment we're quite engineered to discourage that because we're quite engineered to attack down this side, which means we'll typically lose the ball on this side. Like that, and then they will typically build up through this side as well because of that. But You have to bear in mind as well that they're actually a pretty good team. I'm just going to make a change because I think probably just change it back, by the way. And we disrupt the balance of the tactic a bit, making that change, and I think we'll just change it back to just not do that, and hopefully that means we just a little bit more defensively solid. And then we'll just try and pay close attention, and I think just win the match because, yeah, they're a pretty decent team. Good chance. Yeah, having that extra goal definitely would make things very comfortable right now. As things stand, it's not that great. Also because they have had, we surged up a bit. I think it was 5 shots to 6 shots. Now it's 5 to 9. But it's also the case that our team is a lot more tired than theirs is, so they might have a little bit of a comeback in the end as well. Good chance there. Great chance there. Right, I mean we are going to be subbing on a striker, so let's just do that. We have to play with one, so. This will be the first big decision. Oh, there we go. We got the. I think that makes things pretty smooth for us. I think the decision now, because we'll sub off Ishikawa, I think it's just who comes on. Is it Dokken or is it La Parmentier? But I think what we'll do is we'll just look to. We'll make the change. Probably it shouldn't be fast tempo anymore with that change. We just don't have enough players forwards anymore to want to rush it forwards. Just give our team time to, give our box-to-box midfielders time to move up and back, and our wingers time to move up and back. Let's just pause. We can potentially learn from that. Like, we can potentially think a bit and decide if we've made a mistake here or they've just done enough to score, so to speak. Or are we inviting that pressure on? I mean, maybe we are inviting that pressure on. He's way faster there. It's okay. So I feel like what we probably want to do is something like this. Just our central defender is much weaker on the DLC side, so we just tried to switch it around to shore it up a bit more defensively on that side. Yeah, he is clean through. We're lucky to get away with that. I'm just going to quickly click pull. We should have already been. We deserve to lose this. Oh no, gave the penalty away. Yeah, what a horrible finish. It's too late. We were trying to catch a change before something happened. So. Yeah, we wanted to do that, and then the attack may never have happened down this side to begin with. Oh, but we get away with it. We get away with it. Let's just count that completely lucky, I would say, and quite indebted to our goalkeeper. But that's the thing. Like, sometimes you get lucky and win. It's not always the case that you. It does balance itself out a bit. We've had a few matches where we've been quite unlucky and dropped some points. This one in particular, I think we were a bit lucky to come away with the win there. So Boothway is out now as well. So it's quite... yeah, so I guess Newman is actually playing. He's only out for one match. We just got to remember to change the guy back. Let's just play this third senior league match. let's look at something while we wait. I think got too used to our matches being found really fast. Let's just click on this match report. So Ishikawa was 10 for 10, 21 dribbles. I think one thing we need to do at some point is some proper analysis on our deep line playmaker, because he didn't attempt any tackles, but he did make 4 interceptions, and he did attempt 32 tackles, and he did make 14 pass attempts, 2 headers, and also typically we do just play the DMC the whole game, and they typically just play the same role the whole game, so it's pretty consistent really. 7 pass attempts, couple headers, so nowhere near as many dribble attempts, just 4. Did attempt 2 tackles and 3 interceptions. That's the youth, that's why. So it's 10 pass attempts, 1 header, 13 dribbles, did have a couple of tackles and 1 interception. So the tackling does matter. I thought maybe it didn't matter so much, but I guess as you would expect, it does matter. 14 pass attempts, 17 dribbles and assists, 2 headers, 1 tackle, 5 interceptions. They're getting quite a few interceptions though. So I'd say four interceptions, 2 tackles, 1. Right, I'll be back in a minute whilst it's searching for this match, I think. Right, sorry, I'm back. Right. We might play the first bot team we have played in a long time. I think these are a bot team. They won't be here if they are. Yeah, they're not. Did we get another player back? We did, didn't we? Yeah, Canalas. Right, let's quickly get him in. Should be checking. We had ages to check this. Oh gosh, they're so bad. How my Surya. Alright, so Boothway's out for 1 match. Hasn't even played this season yet? No. Sorry, we are very slow on check. We're just not used to it. We've got to get used to checking this straight away. So 80. So this guy, 86 speed, 72. He's excellent. And a decent striker. They've got a pretty good striker and like almost like excellent left back. So we're okay with our forward being offset to the left to avoid that left back. I mean, our MRC is just going. Our attacking wide midfielder is the MR, and he's just attacking straight into that left back. But there isn't a lot we can do about that because you can only play MR. So and you can't really defend. So you just have to roll with that. It's not about trying to get everything perfect anyway. It's just because you don't want to disrupt the flow of your tactic, right? It's just if you can do small things, typically. Just a small offset and things like that, if it happens to be enough of a factor that it's worth it. Good. So we're pretty threatening, very solid defensively, and we've got a goal. It's just again just the exact type of situation where if all of these things are happening, you kind of don't want to change your tactic really. That changing your tactic in these type of matches is just it's just going to cost you way more points than it wins you. Whatever you're changing, pretty much. Really doesn't matter. I don't know how happy we are to give that up, but I don't know there's a lot we could do tactically to try to prevent that type of chance. It was quite a long shot. We did have the DMC closing him out. I don't think that there's much we could do about that. This, however, is a problem because this is on... We have got two slower DCs. So it is the case, for example, that we could play a deep defensive line in this game. Normally it would have made sense with our starting three defenders because they're all quick, but two of the ones we're playing now, one of them is ridiculously slow, one of them is pretty slow. You know what? I think it sort of makes sense. We're just going to do it. Hopefully we don't concede in the meantime. I think it makes sense because also we've got lightning fast attackers, so it creates a bit more space for them. So I think when we do this, we're going to go passing direct into space, and then we're going to go defensive line deep, and then I think that's just deep as well now, and then you don't want the box-to-box midfielders anymore. So I think Ben Yusuf can just be attacking, and this guy can just be central. And we swap him, so he's central and he's attacking. I think that's what we're going to do. Nearly got the immediate goal from the change as well. Oh, look at all that! Look at all that space we've created to run onto. Didn't use it very well, but still quite impressive. Newman's got an injury. So we definitely just want to get him off at this point. He's just kind of ridiculously slow. I mean, he's only got 22 speed when he's fully fit. I think the match is in the line. We do just have to summon Martins. We can swap these guys around though. Oh no, now I've scored. Right, as the two central defenders were swapping around, I'm guessing. So that swap should not have done the swap then when we were. Should have waited till when we went out when we were attacking to swap them over. So that was a mistake. Potentially cost a game. Losing mistake as well. A very simple mistake as well. He's doing really well, but I think he's gonna. I think at this point we'll just take up Ishikawa for Lorena and play two up front. That's the second time we hit the post this game. It's very unlucky. Well, there's not a lot we can do about that. I think he's just going to have to stay out there. But we can sub off Mizachi for Bevan. I think that's the move. Just get the two fresh strikers out there and hope. And the thing is, Mizachi, let's just get him out there. So here's to hoping at this point. I think we committed to the tactic and all that. We have been pretty unlucky and we have created quite a bit. Oh no, what a miss. Like that's very unlucky as well. Oh yeah, we're very unlucky this game, so to speak. Having said that, we conceded the good goal off the back of a very obvious and clear mistake on our behalf. So I could argue that we do not deserve to win anyway. another great chance. We had a lot of really great chances this game. I mean, it was a great... We've had better chances. Like, we've had to... in the end, it was... The first shot was on target, fine, and then the second chance was pretty difficult. Are we going to... in the end, we may have lost even. But hopefully we just get one more chance. It's all I can ask for here, and we're not going to get it, I don't think. I gotta hit it. Yeah, it's that. Maybe, so we can only lose at this point. Alright, so that's game. I don't know. Previous game. Yeah, I don't know, that's just bad. We at least there's a lesson to be learned there. Like, you shouldn't be messing about with your defensive positioning of all your players when the other team's got the ball off of a set piece or throw-in or whatever. When you're deep in your defensive half, you don't want to have all your defenders running around switching positions whilst you're in the middle of defending something like that. It was just a massive mistake on our part and cost us the game. Hopefully the fact that we were punished, if you want to put it that way, for that, hopefully then we will actually learn the lesson, because it's a lot of the things like that, you do it and then they miss the shot and you get away with it, and maybe you see that it was a mistake, but the fact you're more likely to remember and not make it again in the future if you actually one, recognise you made it, but two, also just when it costs you something like that, you're more likely to not repeat it. So I think for us the main thing with that type of thing is just, it is what it is, and let's just not repeat it again in the future. That's the main thing. Alright, cheers, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you for the next one. We've got youth matches to play still.